As someone with bipolar 1, from my experience, all I can say is that, like, crashing from mania is brutal because when you're manic, you feel like you have some kind of a divine purpose. And, that feels kind of nice because life is generally nonsensical. And for a lot of us with bipolar 1, uh, we've experienced trauma. And so you feel like all the pain, all the hurt that you've had has led you to this moment. And it all doesn't matter because now you have this purpose and now you're going to save the world and you're going to save yourself and everything is love and blah, 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 blah. And then one day you wake up and not only is that not true, which in itself is devastating, but you've also probably messed up your life by doing stupid shit. Like, you've embarrassed yourself on social media, you've moved halfway across the world, you've spent your life savings, and so you have to deal with the consequences of your actions, which are usually irreparable a lot of the time. And then there's the physical aspect of depression. Like, because mania will have you not sleeping, not eating, just like exhausting yourself. So when you crash into depression, one of the first things you will notice is that you don't have the energy you just had, and you're like sleeping 8 hours, 16 hours, it doesn't matter. You don't have any energy, you don't have any motivation, you don't care about anything, nothing brings you any more pleasure or joy. You're just exhausted and you want to go back to bed. And what's really painful too is that when you're manic, you just have this vision of like your infinite potential. You see all the things you could do and all the people you could be, and you have all of these ideas and this like imagination that is like boundless. And then suddenly when you're depressed, it's like being in a room full of like deflated balloons after a huge party. Like, you're just sitting there and all of your ideas are there, but you know well and good that none of them will come into fruition because you feel dead inside. Like, you have no more energy, you have nothing more. You're just like, you're barely alive at that point. And lastly, what's really hard about crashing into depression is the cognitive aspect. Like, mania causes brain damage. For those of you who don't know, like, bipolar is a neurodegenerative illness, and having manic episodes will ruin your cognitive function over time. And after like one manic episode, you just feel it. Like, I couldn't read a book, I couldn't eat, I could barely hold a conversation. Like, I would just walk away mid conversation because I'd stop listening, like that kind of a thing. Like, it's so hard. It's so hard. And if you deal with this, you are God's strongest soldier, okay?